What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in, come on in. Thank you so much for tuning in on tonight. I appreciate that. Come on in. Let's go.
This the NC beat. I got a freak elite like Pablo P. 980 and Neo Fold is where the Charlotte leaks. 252 for the Greenville. Hat on blue for the Tar Heels. I can edge them on this paradox. Like crack foes, like the locks. We knock bolts and the knots. Now I know money talks. How I can't even announce my parents' script and reach the dot. Cause when this ball point to close, my mental travel hellish spots. Like astro projection. Cannot conjoint the two of us if there is no connection. But you can close section. The NCB, the NCB. The NCB, the NCB, whoa, whoa.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I love you, Mr. Jackson, for real, I do.
I almost got away. If it wasn't for that goddamn Gerald Jackson and the NCB mob, I almost got away. Got to be more careful.
Yep, got to be more careful when you come around here to these NCB streets. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on tonight. It's your boy, Mr. Jackson, Gerald Jackson, aka the Baddest Blawger. All right, owner of the North Carolina beat. I appreciate everybody for look, got my nose. Got me finna be over here like Armand and I. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all. And shout out to everybody that's tuned in on tonight. Listen, make sure you share the live on tonight. Tag somebody and tell somebody that Gerald Jackson is live with the North Carolina Bee. And we're going to be talking about some important stories and topics on tonight. Now, the first story that we will be talking about tonight is the story in Greensboro, North Carolina, where a 2-year-old, y'all, a 2-year-old boy died during a doing a dental visit and during a procedure at this dentist office in Greensboro, North Carolina. And it's like, dang, I remember when I was growing up, we ain't never hear nothing like this. You go to the dentist tomorrow, you go to the dentist, you got a dentist appointment tomorrow. You go to your appointment, you come home, but obviously something happened. And we got to find out what happened in Greensboro, North Carolina. We also going to go to Kinston, North Carolina, where a pastor did not tell his church that he had snatched a woman and grabbed a woman and came back, inside the house of the Lord and tried to get up there and preach to them. And I don't know what it is about these fake pastors out here in these streets that get up here and just play with God, preach all this stuff, talking about you've been delivered and you glad you ain't who you used to be, but you still out here in these streets doing what you used to do. Now, I'm not saying that this pastor is guilty. All are innocent until proven guilty. Okay, so we're going to talk about those two stories on tonight. All right. And I just want to say shout out to everybody that's tuned in, that's coming through on the night. Let me put y'all comments up here. Go ahead and shout out where y'all are watching from tonight and give me one moment. All right. All right. Let me know where you're watching from on tonight. Let me shout some of y'all out. Shout out to everybody that's on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that's on Facebook. Okay, Miss LaQuanda, she's in here from Oklahoma City on tonight. What's up with you? How you doing tonight? Denise, she says, hello from Miami. What's up, Miami? Miss Nancy, she said, hello. I shared again from Ohio. Hello, Miss Nancy. North Carolina, Latosha. Miss Oliver, how you doing on tonight? Danville, Virginia, baby. That's where they be up there hitting at the casino. If you want to spend your last $2, you got to go up there to Danville. Monroe, Louisiana. Oh, y'all are bad people down there in Monroe. Oh, y'all be on Patrol Live turning up. Red Springs, North Carolina in the building. High Point in the building on tonight. What's up, Asia? How you doing? Jacksonville, North Carolina in the building on tonight. What's up, Miss Nikki? New York City in the building on tonight. New York City. Winston-Salem, Mississippi in the building on tonight. Charlotte, as you come in, make sure you share the live on tonight. Okay, share the live on tonight. All right. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on tonight. We're going to get right on into it. So this first story, y'all, I want to talk about is this story that's coming out of Greensboro, North Carolina. This is a sad, heartbreaking story. Just imagine, right? Imagine you taking your child, your 2-year-old baby. In this case, is a 2-year-old boy. You take your baby to the dentist, right? The next day, they have a dentist appointment coming up. Y'all going to this. Now, you ain't thinking that when you go back there to the back, or you send your child to the back, that your child gonna end up being dead. You understand what I'm saying? And the most heartbreaking story about this whole thing to me is, and I know many of you have seen the headlines, is that this dentist office did not even tell the family what the hell was going on in the back of the dentist office. Okay. So let me just tell you about this story right here. This young boy right here. Okay. Ermias Mitchell. He's 2 years old, from Salisbury, North Carolina. Now, he had a dentist appointment this morning at 6 o'clock, between 6 o'clock, 6:45, at this dentist office in Greensboro, Valleygate Dental Surgery Center in Greensboro, North Carolina. Okay. And man, I'm really just lost for words. I'm really lost for words. Now, this dentist office is located at Hickory Ridge Drive. Okay. Now, the grandmother, y'all, now look at this beautiful baby. Look at this baby. Hold on. I got a better picture that I was sent that I want to show y'all. I mean, this is just so egregious and so negligent. And people was telling me that they was taking that the business took down their Facebook page. They don't want people commenting. But look at this baby right here. 2 years old. 2 years old. Ermias Mitchell, 2 years old. So they drive from Salisbury, North Carolina to Greensboro, right? He has a dentist appointment at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. They get there. He's there. And the grandmother told the local media that when he went back there, about between 30 and 45 minutes, these ambulances and police officers come. And let me tell you something. Believe it or not, when I was 18, I was with the rescue squad. I used to be with the rescue squad. And we always learn a 9 card, a 9 Echo 1 or whatever, meaning somebody's not breathing. So most of the time you're going to have like 2 ambulances and a supervisor is going to come. And then you're going to have, of course, the police department or whatever. But when she said that all of these ambulances were pulling up, I automatically knew that this was a situation with a not breathing call, like not breathing at all. Okay. And so all of these police officers, these paramedics, everybody is coming to this dentist office, Valleygate Dental Surgery Center, because something is going on with 2-year-old Ermias Mitchell in the back, while his family, while his family is sitting in the front. They back there working codes on these people's child and loved one, and didn't even have the decency to run out to the front and let the family even know what was going on. Y'all already funny and people say, well, if I can't go to the back, my child ain't going back there. But nowadays, they don't even want you to go to the back. So it's like, well, damn, every place you go, you can't go to the back with your child. Some places, not all places, but some places. And then it's like, well, where you going to take them at? If every place require you to sit up front, you can't come back here. And I just feel like at age 2, I don't know the facts surrounding the case. Let me say this. I don't know all of the facts as far as what happened, who was back there with the child. If you ask me, I don't even care about that. Some people always got something to say in the comments talking about, why would you let the baby go back there by themselves? Let me tell you something. Nowadays, you can go back there and ask them what you giving my child, and they can lie to you and still give your child something, and something happened. So at the end of the day, whether you back there or not, if you're not knowledgeable in dentistry, or if you don't know what the meaning is of the name of something that you may ask what that is or what you about to give, then you ain't gonna know what they giving your child. You see what I'm saying? So stop trying to attack this family with this, why you ain't go back there. Give them prayers. This is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking for you to wake your baby up in the morning. Get up, Amira, get up. Get up, Amira, get up. You got a dentist appointment this morning. Come on. And you sitting right there in the motherfucking front of the, in the lobby of the dentist's office. And these crooks ain't have the audacity to go up there and say, hey, family, we have an issue. You're supposed to immediately set this family down and let them know. Y'all be moving like you have done something intentionally, instead of coming on out and saying, hey, we made a mistake. Hey, we did this. Hey, we went deep too far. Hey, we gave him too much numbing medication, or whatever it is. But y'all, guess what? Valleygate Dental Surgery Center did not tell this family nothing that was going on. Because mind you, if you in the dentist's office, right, or at a regular doctor's office, and the ambulance comes, or paramedics comes, or whatever, you would think, right? You would think that if something happened to your loved one back there while they're getting care, that they will come out there and let you know, right? But mind you, we sit in the dentist's office, paramedics come, oh, something happened back there. You ain't thinking it's your people, but you would think you would come out there and say, hey, something has happened. Something has happened to 2-year-old Emias Mitchell. So the family finds out, right? Valleygate doesn't call the family and tell the family about anything until Emias is already at the hospital, at the emergency room. So what that means, they don't get to see him for one last time. They don't get to go back there and ask questions or see if they're taking care of their baby. They don't get nothing. How you drop your child off? Not drop your child off, because I don't want y'all to get a narrative, because they didn't just drop him off. But how do you send your baby to the back of a dentist's office, and they send him out the back door in an ambulance because of something that happened, and didn't even come up here and tell the family nothing, right? Nothing. That is so disrespectful. And then when stuff hit the public, instead of people having sympathy and empathy, and like, well, they tried, or things happen, mistakes, y'all looking suspect. And my only concern is, this is my only concern. When you are Black in America and something like this happens at a business, and you ask yourselves, are they really going to look into what happened, or is they just going to automatically just assume and rule this an accident? Will they listen to my side? Will they really uncover the truth? Will they, I'm just saying, will the truth really come out? Will this be covered up? or will someone be held responsible? Because believe it or not, y'all don't understand, in a lot of these investigations, your skin tone plays a big role. It has gone just from the criminal side. It's now in the hospitals. It's now in the doctor offices. It's now when doctors and dentists are negligent. Not saying that this is the case here, but I'm saying it has become an issue in every area when it wasn't even like that at one point. You know, you knew stuff was out, but at one point you felt like you know, but it's like, will this even be really investigated? And another problem is Greensboro Police Department has a history of dropping the ball. They have a history. The people in Guilford County are more better investigators, or shall I say the people on the internet are more investigative than some of these law enforcement officers that has been in law enforcement for years. And so it's like, okay, you got a 2-year-old baby at a white dentist office, died, didn't even tell the family, snuck out the back door with the baby on the gurney in the ambulance to the hospital without letting the family know that y'all done snuck their child out the back of the door. Then to have Greensboro Police Department investigate this, it is very, very concerning. It's very, very concerning. I just feel like the not telling the family part was like the really heartbreaking part, because I mean, you just didn't even give them an opportunity to go back there and see their child. I mean, so we don't know all of the details right now. Let me just say this. We don't know all of the details right now. All we know is that this 2-year-old baby, Amias Mitchell, had a dentist appointment this morning at Valleygate Dental Surgery Center in Greensboro at 6 o'clock. When they got there, Amias went to the back. Between 30 and 45 minutes later, the grandmother told local reporters that ambulances pulled up. Police officers pulled up. They later find out that Amias died during a procedure there. All this happened this morning. And instead of them coming out the back and notifying the family, they probably was sitting up there at the receptionist desk looking at the family, knowing this whole time something was in the back going on. But they didn't tell the family. They waited until Amias got to the emergency room to tell the family, hey, something happened. Now, they may have told the family now what may have happened. We don't know. The family has a right to keep that information. They have a right to share the information. We don't know. But the problem is this is not normal. And the procedure Amias was getting was to have caps put on his teeth. Babies get caps put on their teeth. For everybody that's talking about, I don't know, for a 2-year-old child to get caps put on their teeth or to have procedures at 2, they do. They do. Okay. So let's stop always trying to find something to be negative about in these stories when all this family need is prayer. This is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. This is not a newborn baby. This is not a day-old baby. This is not a 2-day. This is a 2-year-old who has bonded with his family, his mom, his dad, his family for 2 years. It's not easy to just be mad at yourself or to be out here, you know, thinking this is something that you could just let go. No. This is 2 years. This is coming home and your child running up to you. This is coming in the house and you can't see your baby no more. This is all those things are gone. This is no more whining. This is no more, watching your baby play, or is y'all going out to do something. It's no more of that for this family. And so to harass them with this, well, I would have went back there with my baby. No, you wouldn't have, because some of these dentist places and doctor's offices don't let you go back there. Or you can go out the door. And then when you go around the corner, they're going to tell you the same thing. So where y'all going to go? But at the end of the day, it's about going a place, trusting the office, the dentist's office or the doctor's office. But, that's what you do. But at the end of the day, the fact that they did not come out here and tell this family is not sitting well with me. I'm just saying, it's just not sitting well with me. I can't imagine that, bro. That is, man, that is so crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. People were saying that. So what are you? People were saying that they shut their Facebook page down or something like that. So let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all a question. What do y'all think about all of this? But I mean, what do you think about that? Out of this whole story, what do you think was the most upsetting part for you? Like, which one was the most upsetting part for you? Was it the fact that they didn't come out and tell? I mean, it's the whole story for me. You know what I'm saying? And I think the only upsetting part about the story is the fact that they didn't come out and even tell the family. Like, they waited until their son left the premises at the hospital. Who do that? Dorothy, it is so heartbreaking. Really is. My son, dentist, I can't go back with him, but I can see him through a window. Wow. The fact that y'all think a parent wouldn't be with their 2-year-old if they could is crazy. Right. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's crazy, because when I took my daughter there, they were great before the surgery, during and afterwards. It may have been someone new. Okay, so let me ask you this today. Could you go to the back with your baby? So you saying that you took your child to Valleygate Dental Surgery Center. And so did they let you go to the back? Or how old was your daughter? I mean, but still though, I mean, if you can't go back there at 2, then I know you can't go back there at 7. I mean, Janelle said the fact that they covered it up is crazy and senseless. It is. It really is. Going through the back door, not informing them of a situation. Now, listen, I'm not saying I don't know if they really went through the back door. But what I'm saying, they had to go through the back door though. But what I'm saying is, the point I'm trying to make is the fact that how did the child get from the dentist's office to the hospital without the family knowing at all until he got to the hospital? Because they took him out and snuck him out the building. They didn't take him to the front. I will hope they didn't take him to the front, and the family ain't saying that, but I don't think that's the case. Amanda said not notifying the family, and they was right there. Right, exactly. No dignity for the family. The whole story, the entire thing, Marissa said. The fact that they did not come and let the family know what was going on is like they're trying to hide something. Exactly. Not knowing what happened. Yeah. Unique says it's the entire way things were done for me. Very unsettling. What's up, Jives? These people are sick and they still support these gross people. Man, it's crazy. They should have informed the family. We moving furniture or something. Listen. Tasky said, my other thought is, what is their procedure for emergencies and did they follow it? Because we do sign consent for treatment and disclosures about how they handle things like this. No excuse, just speaking to the terms and the conditions sometimes. I mean, listen, let me tell you something. If I run a business, if something happens to your child in my business and you there, as a human being and as someone who would want somebody to let me know, I'm going to, I mean, I understand for safety reasons or security reasons, the family might turn up. I understand that. I understand that. But I would have still, because what is the point? I mean, I understand the fact that, you know, you do have emergency contacts and stuff like that, and they may already be at the hospital before the people call your people. But at the end of the day, I feel like that the right thing for them to would have the right thing to do would have, you know, been to go out there and tell these people, hey, we have an emergency in the back with your child. That would have been the perfect thing to do. But obviously, that ain't happened. It's the whole story, but not telling the family who's sitting right there waiting is negligence. Yeah. Xavier says, I think it's wrong because the doctor doesn't want the parents to go back there with him. I mean, man, it's crazy. Asia says, this is insane. Yeah, it really is. Elder Norman says, that's crazy, very heartbreaking. Jesus. Stan Focus says, I'm not okay with the parents couldn't go in the back with the 2-year-old. Jameer says to be in the medical field is heartbreaking to hear. Right. And yeah, I know about you, Jameer, in the medical field. Definitely. So, I mean, right. I just feel like, man, listen, certain stuff. Listen, man, come on. Okay, let me see. I asked the girl one question about if she was able to go in the back, and they said, no, you can't. Okay, so they can't. I'll say, okay, so Tanae said, nope, they didn't let me. Boom. Okay, boom. So leave this family alone about this. I would have went to the back or I would have took my child somewhere else, because at the end of the day, you could have still went back there and something still could have happened. So come on. So anyways, I am praying for the family of this beautiful baby. And y'all keep this prayer in family. Amarius Mitchell. If the family gets a GoFundMe account or anything up on how we can support y'all, let me know so that we can share that. And because this is heartbreaking. This is really heartbreaking. Like, yo, that is really, really heartbreaking. It really is. And when I read this story today, man, it really brought tears to my eyes, because it just seems like we keep using the young people, man, like small, young, old, tall, gray. I mean, we're losing a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers, a lot of young kids. It's a lot going on, man, in this world. For real, for real. And we got pastors out here. We're going to the next story. We got pastors out here, instead of speaking and preaching to the young people out here in the community, instead of reaching the unreached, instead of going out into the sinful places in the city of Kinston, instead of going down there and telling Mayor Hardy down there in Kinston to fire some of these damn people down there that he got working at the police department. We got these pastors out here allegedly snatching women up. Okay. Allegedly now. Okay. Allegedly. Okay. So let me tell y'all about this story right here. This pastor is Pastor, okay, Elijah Rouse. I don't know. Okay. Rouse. We don't know his name. Now, we do know his name. But anyways, Pastor Elijah just got out of jail yesterday, okay? He bonded out of jail on a $200,000 bond. According to the authorities, this pastor, the pastor of Destiny Impact Church Ministries in Kinston, North Carolina. Do we have anybody in here tonight that is out here, that is in the chat, that can come up here and testify about your pastor and this alleged allegation where a woman has went to the authorities and she said that this pastor right here, okay, Pastor Elijah Rouse, Okay, snatched her up, snatched her, put a pistol to her head, and allegedly raped her. Okay, now we don't know if these allegations are true, but I cannot put nothing past no pastor. Okay, I just can't do it nowadays. You can't put nothing past no pastor. They out here touching children. They're out here raping women. They out here grooming children. They out here stealing from God. They out here doing all of this crazy stuff out here in these streets. And then they run right there in the church, right behind the pulpit, and they get a mic and they preach. Now I understand we all gonna have issues and we all gonna fall short of his glory. But when you out here allegedly raping women and holding pistols to their heads and kidnapping them and not allowing them to leave, I just feel like at this point you need to be exposed. And it seems like this pastor's sin has found him out. Okay. Now they told me that they have some good church down there, Destiny Impact Church Ministries down there in Kinston, North Carolina. We saw all of his church members crying online, talking about, don't talk about my pastor. The devil is attacking the body of Christ. Why do y'all always talk about the devil is attacking the body of Christ when your pastor decided to get up there with that collar around his neck and that cheap suit on to preach to y'all? Watch y'all run around the church like y'all on fire. Okay, like somebody done set a match on you, like you on fire, and then leave the church, go home, change clothes, do whatever they do, then go mess with these women, link up at the bars, link up at the bath houses and stuff like that. And then when they get caught and they get arrested, or somebody go down there to the police department and say, this person touched me, they don't care about you being no pastor down there at the police department. Why do y'all always talk about the devil is business? Listen, the devil is busy. God gives us free will. And some stuff is the devil, some stuff God, all things God, but some stuff God, and some stuff you. You did this. You did this. You delivered at the top. This pastor is delivered at the top, but he is still sinning down there at the bottom. Okay. According to police, 41-year-old Elijah Rouse, the so-called shepherd of Destiny Impact Church Ministries in Kinston, North Carolina, was arrested Tuesday night. Police charged him with first-degree forcible rape and kidnapping after a violent and terrifying encounter with a woman on Monday, July the 7th. And the allegations ain't holy. Court documents obtained by the North Carolina Beat says the man of God showed his true colors when he allegedly raped and sexually assaulted a woman, then escalated the nightmare when police said that he pointed a black firearm at the woman and prevented her from leaving. This is so sad coming from a pastor. Rouse was held in the Pitt County Jail, but yesterday he went to court and a judge gave him $200,000, a $200,000 bond for the pastor. The pastor probably, now I'm not saying he did, but pastor, did you go in that church money? Did the church bun out the pastor? Did y'all standing with y'all pastor? This ain't no kids, okay? Thank God this ain't no child. And you know what? I'm not even going to really roast the pastor like that. I'm going to give my commentary, but I'm not going to really roast you like that, Pastor Elijah Rouse, because I know these hoes. I know these hoes. But the problem that the pastors in the church is having an issue with is the fact that y'all have a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you get about 5 more of these type of allegations, then you might have a stable ministry, because we already seen with Brian Corn. All Brian Corn is going to do is fuck these hoes, throw them to the side, and his church people still going to be there, because when you already know you going to hell. Hey, hold on. I said when you already know you on your way to a burning hell. See, when you already know you on your way to a burning hell, You ain't got to leave a church like Brian Corn. You ain't got to leave a church like Destiny Impact Ministry. Because if your pastor, listen, when I was growing up in ministry, y'all, pastors, listen, when I was growing up, we didn't even hear nothing about nothing like this. We didn't hear nothing about nothing like this. My pastor did that. God, gonna make a way. And he went on home where his wife cooked some creamed corn and some country fried steak with some great Kool-Aid and one of them long ice cubes out the freezer and some cornbread with, and some black-eyed peas with a little bit of okra. And, we didn't grow up hearing our pastor while we at the Sunbeam ministry, the Sunbeam camp at Bible school. We didn't get no ding, ding, dones on our phone. We didn't get no alert from a blog that our pastor was up there on the blog. We didn't get them alerts. Now, the judge told Pastor Elijah Rouse, if you violate my order on the conditions of your bond, that means you can't be around this woman. You can't assault her. She can't come to your church. She can't stand in your praise team. She can't be your Uber driver. She can't be your clerk at the Piggly Wiggly. She can't do none of that, Pastor. You are banned. Church people, I need all the elders and all the ministers at Destiny to listen here. Your pastor is under strict conditions. And if he violates, y'all gonna have to throw a lot more revival services. You're gonna have to throw a lot more revival services. Now, we don't have too much information about this pastor, but the fact that this pastor is being named, the Bible says, don't let your good be evil spoken of. Why are you even allowed? And not only that, but he's a Parks and Recreation supervisor down there in Kinston. Not only that, y'all, but he work at the park. Now, let me ask y'all a question. When y'all was growing up, is there anybody in the chat tonight can say, Gerald, when I was growing up, we did hear about this. We did. We heard. No, we didn't. I didn't. Back in growing up, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 12, we didn't hear about this stuff. We didn't hear about this. Now y'all got one wife on the side of the pulpit while your hoes sit up there on the front row. And we know, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I done peeped out about churches. I done learned this about pimp preachers. When you see a flashy pastor in the pulpit, I'm talking about he blinged the fuck out that you can't even, it don't even look like God on. It look like he got Gucci and Prada and Versace. It don't even look like God is on you no more. It looked like every materialistic thing that you have on you, right? That's what it looked like when we look at some of y'all nowadays. But when you look at these pastors and you see these pastors, and then you look out there in the audience and you start seeing these women dressing, looking like they just got off the stripper pole and they made a whole bunch of ones and ain't came up there and sold not $1, ain't challenged yourself for $20. So you ain't did nothing. Then you look at the pastor, then you look out there, and then you be in your mind like, man, it be some crazy stuff going on in the church. You just peeping it out, right? And then next thing you know, scandal coming to church. And then next thing you know, you find out it's that girl that you was looking. Because, these pastors draw some crazy people. Ain't no way you could be a delivering pastor and your member been still coming to your church with them coochie cutters on. Ain't no way. You are still, a deliverance ministry, and you letting Saucy Santana get up there and sing in your praise team. Ain't no damn way you sitting out here in these streets with a deliverance ministry and you got these men in drag playing your keyboard. Let me get on. Okay, I ain't gonna get on that. I ain't gonna get on that. I ain't gonna get on that. I ain't gonna get in that, Gerald. Gerald, stay off that right there. You got singing in your mass choir in your. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand. The pastor sleeping with the nursery rhyme teacher. I mean, this stuff that's going on in the church is just, I don't even listen. I find me a good old service online and I go to church from there. Sometimes I might go to church, but you know, y'all just, it's just too fake. It just be fake. I don't know. When God start knocking y'all down like flies, I guess we'll know who fake then. But at the end of the day, it seems like we're finding out. I mean, I don't know. This pastor this is a shame. Okay. Now I don't know if Pastor Rouse is going to come out and tell his congregation, you know, what happened. I don't know if he's going to tell them he did it. I don't know if we don't know what he's going to do. Okay, but what I do know is that early Sunday morning, he going to be right there on that pulpit preaching like ain't nothing happened. And they still going to be there. And that's the problem. Let me tell you something. That's the hardest thing about, well, let me say, that's the hardest thing victims have when it comes down to having predators in the pulpit. And I did jump off track with the predators in the pulpit, the sex offenders. But let me talk about these type of alleged predators in the pulpit. Some of these pastors really do this shit out here, but it's so hard as a victim because they have congregations and they have churches and they have members that if they were really of God, they wouldn't be on social media like they do, going off on people who have these allegations. They will be praying, and they will be praying for everybody involved, because as a Christian, you want the truth to come out. As a Christian, as a woman, and as a man of God, your job is to be about truth, and you want the truth to come out. All of these people that say stuff about your pastor can't be all of this, and your pastor be just this holy man of God. No, baby. He could be a liar. He could be a backbiter too. He could snatch a woman up, pull a pistol and put it, pointed at her where she can't run out the house. Your pastor is worthy of doing those things too. Your pastor is worthy of doing those things too. So at the end of the day, as a Christian, your job is to find out the truth. Your job ain't to take sides when allegations come out like this. Your job is to get the truth. Now, unless all y'all know what's going on, then that's a different story, because you do got disgruntled people. But we don't even know if this girl is a member of the church right now. Not right now. I'm looking into this. We don't even know if the pastor met her at a bar or if he was out in another city creeping. He was over in Grifton, because this is what happened in Grifton. He from Kinston, over in Grifton. He over there in Grifton. All the way over there in Grifton. Now, if you was in Kinston, you all over there in Grifton. And now you done got grifted. And now you out here, you got to beat this charge. You got to beat this case. You got to beat this case, Pastor. Now, we don't know how you're going to beat this case, Pastor. Did you or did you not pull a gun on a woman? And the church members need to be asking their pastor, did you do this? You owe your church an explanation about this charge. You owe your church an explanation. You owe the cyber church an explanation too, the people that can't get there on Sunday morning. Y'all just leave out the people that cyber church. When scandal hit the church, they want to lock the doors. They want to shut down everything. You know, that's what they want to do. They want to shut down the doors, lock down the doors, close the church down. They don't want to come back online. You know. So yeah. Shanita said people need to stop playing with God. The church is supposed to be like a hospital, a place where you can get healed or deliverance. But there's so much messing is going on in the church that people don't even want to go anymore. Exactly. Okay, let me open up these phone lines for y'all to let y'all call in. Let me take a couple of calls real quick. Let me take a phone call real quick. Let me see what the people got to say. Dang, what I was about to say. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this up here. Okay, so I'm gonna put the phone line up here. I'm gonna let y'all call in if you want to call in on tonight. Hold on. 919-307-9002. Somebody said, Sergeant King said, I stopped attending in 2009. I've been super blessed since. Okay. That is a fact. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me do it like this. Because I be trying to. Okay, maybe I can do a scroll like that. Okay, so I'm going to open up the phone lines. If anybody want to call in, if you have an opinion about the story, you can call in. I'm trying to find something. Let me see. I saw a comment I wanted to put up here. Let me see if I can find it. I don't think I can find it. Where'd it go? Oh. Okay, I can't find it. Okay, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let me put it up. Okay, so if you want to call in, you can 919-307-9002. Okay, let me see. BB Moore said he should be made to step down by the bishop, the board, until his case is resolved. Exactly. Miss Lackey said, yes, I can have church right here at home. I'm super blessed. That part. They don't want the truth to be revealed. Nope. Someone in your feed earlier said other people were coming forth. Yeah, I did see that. Let me see if I can go find it. I did see a post, a comment, like it was like a reshare from a news outlet where this girl was saying that he had did it to her too. And but her name was not on the warrants that were listed. It was something like Candace lady that was listed, and I tried to find her. I couldn't find her right now, but I'm still looking for her. And I got some people that kind of got some insight tea about what's going on. So once I get that, I'm gonna try to put that up on the blog. Oh, y'all don't want to call in on tonight? All right, then. Praise the Lord. Okay, so somebody said something about the Jamal White thing. Oh, so I'm gonna say this. So from my understanding, I heard that the mom was on Candace Jones. Yeah. I heard that the mom was on probation and something happened. I don't know what happened. And she is being held for that, but she ain't got no charges yet. And it's saying that she's being held for the Wisconsin Department of Corrections. So I don't know what's going on with that. Look, now y'all want to call as soon as I hang up the line. And I take the line off. Now y'all want to call. Um, so I don't know, but I don't believe it's related to the case. And they could be holding her possibly because they are going to charge her in relations to the case. I don't know. All I know so far is that a man's been taken in custody. He has not been charged. And I know the uncle was charged for like shooting, I guess, at some people that was out there searching. So I don't know. Um, y'all was blowing me up about this Latrice situation, y'all. And I'm trying to debate if I want to cover this story again because let me say this. One thing about Latrice is that she said that when I first covered that story about her son, about her allegedly sticking her fingers up her son's butt, the story has changed. 1 minute it was the Iggy Azalea song. Then now she's saying it was because he stuck something up his butt. And she said how her son used to bring this story up every 2 years. And when you go back and you look at everything, it's like, this is old. And so when you go over on TikTok, he over there doing a whole expose on everything. Like, he retelling the story. He telling them about how she ruined his 15th birthday. He telling the story about how CPS came into. I mean, he over there doing Risa Tisa. And everybody blowing me up because they going back to the videos. A lot of people are catching up on the old videos that we did. And it's like, we done been talked about this. I've been talked about how Latrice Allen failed that lie detector test. Excuse me, y'all. About her son, about her sticking her fingers up her son. But now, all I did was post the video that he did, and she was over there in Bahamas with some down low man that she later found out was down low, and she was, talking shit or whatever. And it just got to the point where I roasted her so bad. It got to the point where I got tired of roasting her, and then the story died down. But now it seems like everybody trying to pick the story back up because her son is over there with this story again. So Emma said, yes, he is. He done covered 50 stories in less than an hour. Oh my gosh, right. And I'm not going to be keeping up with all that. Teresa said, I believe the child. I believe him. Oh, listen, I believe him. I believe him. I do. I believe Latrice did that. I mean, the type of woman she is, I mean, exploiting your kids for financial gain. I mean, disowning your child like this and doing him at a very young age. For a mother to disown a child and do them in at an age like 13, 14, 15 when they young, men, women. I mean, I just feel like that's fucked up because it's like they don't even know what love is. They think a parent's supposed to love them. They confused. They don't know. It's like, well, who do? Like, huh? It'd be something different if your child is in their late 20s, 30s or something. And they know how to live like on their own, like they're independent. But to just do your child the way you did him, for the sake of what people would think about you, and they talking about you like a dog now is just crazy. It's crazy. And I know she regrets what she did to her son, but it has gotten so far that she won't even show y'all any type of motherly response. It's beef. With her, it's like she beefing with a bitch on the street, like another female. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, why would you do your child like this? Who can do their child like this? Like, you should be embarrassed to be walking around with all them bumps on your face, looking like little plums. And so at the end of the day, I just oh, they said I'm going too fast. What I do? Oh, listen, I'm just zooming. And so it's crazy. But see, I don't know what it is. When I ask y'all a question, it's like a delay up here on this thing. It's like it started giving me your response in like 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like how I was on live. She regrets she caught that. She regrets she caught that because who really does that? I wonder what the kids go through that's living with her now. She talks bad about them. Man, listen. Latrice need to be behind bars for SA. She need to be behind bars. So I might get back into covering it. I got to catch up on everything to the best of my knowledge. But you know, we do want to send warrants out for Latrice fingers again, okay? Because them fingers is them criminal, okay? Them fingers is on the most wanted list. So, but you know, we'll deal with that when that comes, okay? Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We are out this piece. They said, is things not going good for her now because she used to make it seems like she got it like that. I mean, let me tell you something. I don't know what it is with people having this obsession with proving stuff to the internet. It's like if a person go out there and lie, if you have the means to sue them, do what you do. But it's like, why you worried? You know the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know the truth. So why does it even matter? Why does it matter? Who cares? You know, like for real though, who cares? But at the end of the day, you know, Latrice is beefing with her son. I mean, it's sad. It's a sad thing to say. So, you know, it's a sad thing to say. I wish she would go get a real lie detective test, you know, because she failed hers. He passed his. She failed hers. Because remember the story. Remember, if y'all don't remember the story, you go on my YouTube channel, go on my Facebook page. And let me just tell y'all this about Facebook. Facebook has come up with this new rule that after 30 days, they delete your live streams on Facebook. I don't know why they did it, but they delete your live streams on Facebook. So all of the live streams, if they get deleted 30 days from today's date or whatever, a couple of them already been deleted. But you can get, but remember when I covered this story and Latrice was online and she was telling the story about the polygraph expert asking her questions. And she said that she stuck her finger. She said she did stick her fingers up her son's butt, but she said she stuck it up there because he was constipated. Y'all remember that? So now with the new trend or the new story or her son, you know, telling the story over with, she's now claiming that it was because, you know, he stuck something up his butt and she wanted to torture him and humiliate him, you know, and asked him a very provocative question and proceeded to do what she did. So when she says she didn't stick her hands up his butt, she lying because she sat up there on a couch and she said that she did because he was constipated. Y'all remember that? Okay, hold on. Somebody back to Elijah. Somebody said Candace was a member of his church, but her and Elijah was messing around before the church started. It's a long story, but Pastor, who y'all think? What? Cheryl, hit me up. Listen, that's what I said. I was like, why would you get on here and tell the world that? But I'm telling y'all, the slow people are taking over. Okay. So anyways, thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. Listen, if you have a story that you think the publisher know about, send it to me, newstip at the ncbeat.com. I appreciate y'all. If you want to send a little gift, you can. It's GDJ, the CEO, or Zell G Jackson at the ncbeat.com, or you can hit the Cash App in the chat that's pinned. I appreciate each and every one of you all who came through on tonight. Listen, I I got to try to do some work. I got to do some work. I've been over here doing intake calls. Y'all know them intake calls be taking forever. I might be on the phone for 2 hours. Been taking forever. So we used to do Out the Dark. We got to go back to Out the Dark. I might go back to Out the Dark. We might start back doing Out the Dark. I might do it After Dark later on the night. Y'all gonna come back through? We might do it After Dark later on the night. Just turn your notifications on. We'll do it After Dark. We might do it After Dark. Sandy said, yes, you should. We might do it After Dark and talk about this crazy stuff that's going on social media. So yeah. All right, y'all. So listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. Thank you, Asia. I appreciate you. I love you. They said, what times are the After Dark? Sometimes they be at midnight. Sometimes they be at 11. It just all depends. It depends on what's going on. If some other stuff pop off tonight, we might do it After Dark. You know, we might do After Dark. So, all right, y'all. Peace. They said catch up with Cheryl first, though. Who that? They said pull the live. Oh, listen, we might do it After Dark on Latrice. I might pull up one of my old lives that we can watch on Latrice. We might do something. I don't know. I'll let y'all know. But yeah, make sure y'all keep sharing the story about the little boy. We need pressure on these people because we need to know what happened to this boy. A 2-year-old. Come on. Y'all, that is crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And so we're praying for this family, and to the friends of those of the family. Cheryl got the tea. Hold on, y'all got me up here. Cheryl, the one with the tea on the pasta. Cheryl, wait. Where she go? Oh, she said Cheryl got the tea. Cheryl, yeah, Cheryl Jones. Hit me up. Hurry up now before they go back and tell the pastor. Cheryl gonna be hitting Gerald. Cheryl gonna be hitting Gerald. All right. Yes, exactly. We will. Yes. I definitely will be talking about that story as well. So I'm getting ready to do some TikToks about them. She was just dropping the tea. Yeah. Cheryl Jones. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. Peace. I love you too. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna come back later on.